All right, let's dive into some serious Attack on Titan action, especially what the fans were thinking when they first saw this episode, Declaration of War. No manga spoilers, by the way, just pure reactions, straight from the anime-only side of Reddit.
It's amazing, like a window into the minds of fans as they try to figure out what's happening.
They were building theories and trying to grasp everything they just saw, all without knowing what's coming next.
It's fascinating, really.
So, the episode builds up to Willie Tyber's speech, but come on. Everyone's real focus was on Eren, right? And that moment when he burst through the building, oh man. One Reddit user said, the whole episode, my mouth was wide open. They said, I was speechless. It was perfect.
And that sums up the feeling in the whole thread. It's not just the animation or the music. It's like seasons of build-up, Eren changing from this hot-headed kid to whatever this is.
It's crazy. And then there's the reactions to Eren's attack itself. One comment compared it to spawn killing in video games.
Whoa, that's an interesting take. At first it seems out there, but it actually tells us a lot about how people see Eren now.
How so?
Well, in video games, spawn killing is seen as cheap. It's like exploiting the game for an unfair advantage.
Right.
So using that to describe Eren suggests he's gone too far, broken the rules.
So fans are sensing that Eren's playing on a whole other level. Morally, strategically.
Absolutely. And that spawn kill comparison, it highlights how brutal Eren's actions are.
Yeah, it really drives that home.
He's not just fighting soldiers, he's attacking civilians. He knows innocents will get caught in the crossfire.
It's heavy stuff. And that brings us to Eren and Reiner's confrontation. Reiner confesses, breaks down, wants to die. It's intense. And then what does Eren do? Helps him up, like a mirror of what Reiner did for him years ago.
Wow, that mirroring. So deliberate, so well done. At first glance, it seems like compassion, maybe even forgiveness. But looking at the fan reactions, there's a different interpretation.
What do they think?
One comment pointed out that Eren uses almost the same words as Reiner did back then. So Is it genuine empathy or cold manipulation? It makes you wonder.
So, is Eren messing with Reiner's head? Or is there a deeper understanding? Recognizing their shared trauma, maybe. It seems like the fandom is split on this.
Exactly. That split reflects the moral ambiguity of the whole series.
Yeah, totally.
There are no easy answers, no clear heroes or villains.
It's all shades of gray.
Just characters making tough choices in a brutal world.
And just when you think things can't get wilder, bam! Willie Tyber declares war.
It's like a 1-2 punch right to the gut. Reiner's vulnerability, then Willie's grandstanding.
It's a roller coaster of tension.
The fans picked up on it instantly. One even said it felt like Isayama was playing with us, building to a climax, and then whoosh, rug pulled out from under us.
Totally. It's like he's saying, you think you know what's coming. Nope. Think again.
Haha, exactly.
And then boom, the mystery soldier who traps Pig and Porco. The theories were flying on Reddit.
Oh yeah, everyone trying to figure out who it could be.
But most seem to think it's Armin.
It's like they were piecing together a puzzle.
Analyzing height, movements, even comparing the silhouette to the colossal titan.
But it's more than just solving a mystery. It's about Armin. He represents hope, strategy. To see him possibly involved in such a ruthless attack, it's mind-blowing.
Makes you question everything you thought you knew.
Right.
But not everyone was convinced it was Armin. Someone mentioned the voice didn't sound like him. And another suggested, get this, it could be multiple characters under a trench coat.
Haha. Wouldn't be the most surprising thing in Attack on Titan, would it?
Not at all.
But even in their doubt, there's excitement, anticipation.
They know Isayama loves to mess with expectations.
And they can't wait to see what happens next. Oh, and there's this other detail. With Zeke, the fans really picked up on it. They sent him to a different location than Piek and Porco, remember?
Yeah, like right away you see comments asking, is he a rat? Double agent confirmed.
It just fueled the paranoia.
All those hints about a traitor in Marley, and suddenly Zeke's on his own. Everyone's questioning everything.
Exactly. It's classic Attack on Titan. Plant the seeds of doubt, let them grow, and then, bam, throw in a curveball.
And speaking of suspicious, what about Madame Azumabito? Slipping out right before Eren's attack.
Oh yeah, the fans noticed that, for sure.
Like a giant neon sign flashing, something's not right here.
Tons of theories about her motives in those comments. Some even connected her to what happened with Udo earlier.
It's like every little thing is under a microscope. Every glance, every word is a potential clue.
That's what makes exploring these fan reactions so fascinating. You're seeing the story unfold through their eyes.
You feel their shock, their excitement, their confusion.
And that relentless search for answers.
Yeah, but it's not just about the mystery and theories. What struck me was the moral debate this episode sparked. No clear good or bad, Just impossible choices with devastating consequences.
It's true. The episode forces us to look at the impact of past actions, both personal and societal.
Reiner's guilt, Eren's ruthlessness, two sides of the same coin,
Exactly.
both born from the cycle of violence that defines their world.
Powerful stuff.
One comment said, "The main cast has become the villains of the story, killing innocents to further their agenda."
That's a really insightful observation, and it highlights that moral ambiguity that runs through Attack on Titan.
Right, those lines between hero and villain, they get blurred.
You start to question who you're rooting for. Is there even a right side anymore?
Yeah, it's thought-provoking.
And you see that struggle within the fandom itself.
Some horrified by Eren, others see him as a necessary evil. That line, "I keep moving forward until I destroy my enemies."
Chilling.
It sends shivers down your spine, and it's testament to the writing that there's no easy answer. Has Eren lost his way, or is he playing the long game, sacrificing his humanity for a greater good?
It's a question that keeps you guessing,
This episode just throws everything we thought we knew out the window.
forces us to reevaluate these characters and their world.
It's a wild ride.
And it's not just theoretical. You
Yeah.
know, fans are connecting these struggles to their own lives.
One person even said watching the episode cured their COVID depression.
Wow.
It shows you the power of storytelling, how it can connect with us on such a deep level.
Absolutely.
Attack on Titan isn't just action and spectacle. It's a reflection of our own internal battles, morality, trauma, the search for meaning in a world that often feels meaningless.
Right, and this episode ties that search for meaning to survival.
Yeah.
One user summed it up perfectly, they said. Marley is trying to save the world, but their ways are terrible, and Eren will probably start the rumbling, "I don't know who to root for anymore."
That feeling of being caught in the middle, not knowing who to trust.
It's unsettling, but it's intentional. The creators are making us face the complexities of this world.
Where even good intentions can lead to awful outcomes.
Yeah, there's no escaping the consequences.
And that complexity extends to even the smallest details. Like Madame Azumabito, she's barely in it, but fans are convinced she's key.
They're analyzing every interaction, every gesture.
It's like they're looking for a hidden message.
Someone even suggested she could be related to Mikasa and Levi.
Whoa, now that would be a twist.
Imagine the implications.
But even without that, she's fascinating.
Her conversation with Willie, her quick exit, was something mysterious about her?
She's like a wild card ready to shake things up.
Exactly, a hidden variable in the equation.
And I bet she's going to play a bigger role as the season unfolds.
I can feel it.
But we can't talk about this episode without mentioning that ending. We finally see who the mystery soldier is, and it's, drumroll, Armin.
Such a powerful reveal.
Even if you suspected it, seeing it confirmed was still mind-blowing.
It changes everything.
One comment simply said, "Let's expletive, goo so hyped."
Pure adrenaline.
Another one just shouted, "Eren expletive Jaeger."
The excitement was through the roof.
And right away, everyone started dissecting Armin's transformation. His height, maybe a side effect of the Colossal Titan, his strategy, separating Zeke from the other warriors.
He's not that timid kid anymore.
He's grown so much, become a strategic mastermind.
It's impressive.
One user pointed out, if that's Armin, that's 3 out of 8 shifters in Marley. Makes sense to have half there, half on Paradis. So I think there's at least one more we haven't seen.
Interesting theory.
Paradis Island forces split between Marley and the island.
Adds another layer of intrigue, for sure.
It's like a giant chess match, each side making their moves.
And with Armin on the board, things are about to get intense.
He's a game changer.
Absolutely. Capable of swinging the balance of power.
But amidst all the excitement about Armin, we can't forget Falco. He's stuck in the middle, manipulated by everyone,
It's heartbreaking.
facing unimaginable danger. His innocence, his vulnerability, it's tragic.
He's become a symbol of the human cost of this conflict.
One user even said, "My heart hurts for Falco. He's just going to become another Reiner."
Ugh, that's a tough thought.
To think you might end up like Reiner, burdened by the past,
Forced to make those impossible choices.
it's a heavy weight to bear.
His fate is unknown, but one thing's for sure. He represents the individual lives at stake in this epic war.
It's a stark reminder that amidst all the grand schemes and battles, it's the people who suffer the most. Makes you wonder, what'll happen to these characters, the ones we've been following for so long?
Yeah, will they keep repeating those cycles of violence and hate?
Or can they break free, find a different way?
That's the question looming over everything, isn't it?
This episode, with all the twists and moral gray areas, it just deepens the mystery even more.
It's almost like Isayama is holding up this mirror, showing us how dark things can get.
But also suggesting that maybe, just maybe, there's a chance for redemption.
Exactly, that glimmer of hope in all the darkness.
And in doing that, he's created something that's both thrilling and thought-provoking.
It stays with you long after the episode's over.
I know, I'll be thinking about this one for days. It's amazing how one episode can spark so much discussion and debate.
It shows how Attack on Titan has become more than just a show.
It's a cultural phenomenon.
It gets people talking, makes them look inward, think critically about the world.
And speaking of thinking critically, let's turn it back to you, the listener. After all this, where do you stand? Do you think Eren truly understands what Reiner went through?
Tough question.
And if he does that justify his actions? Or is he on a path of destruction no matter what?
That's the million-dollar question, the one we all grapple with.
There are no easy answers in Attack on Titan, are there?
Just tough choices and consequences we have to live with.
But maybe that's what makes it so compelling. It forces us to confront the harsh realities of the world.
The cycles of violence and hatred that are all too real.
It makes you think, makes you feel. And on that note, we'll leave you to ponder all of this. Until next time, keep exploring, keep questioning, and keep diving deep